Welcome YouTube fans. We're back today and we're coming to you with some of our choices of things that we can put in our kitchen. And we got some handles, some flooring for you, some paint, and also countertop as well.
Yep, so I guess what we're trying to do is we're trying to do, like they say, like a mood board type thing. I wanted to lay all these colors out together. We have our flooring, well, I think we decided on what we're doing for our flooring, but we had it narrowed down to 2 choices. And we can kind of show you what our choices were. And you could comment on what you would pick, but we'll show you the 2 different reasons why we went with the one kind. So we kind of have our color scheme of everything laid out here on the table. We're sitting, by the way, in our home, which is just down the road from our new construction home. There is a video, I'll see if we can link it here, where we actually, my son and I are on the Gator and we drive down the road, fast forward, just to show you the short drive that we have, or short walk we have down to our building house. So a little bit of change of scenery. We're always up filming at the house, so we'll try to start maybe doing some videos showing behind the scenes, like us picking out things. It's really hard because it's chaotic sometimes when we go into stores because we don't have really childcare arranged, so we end up taking our 5 children in with us to flooring stores, like building supply stores, and it's pretty stressful. So it's hard to try to film at the same time, but we'll get the camera here and flip it and show you up close what we have picked out. Okay guys, so first of all we'll go over our 2 flooring choices that we narrowed it down. We pretty much decided this one here, but we'll go over why. This is a click laminate, this is a glue down laminate. I do really like the color of this one, but our biggest reason was probably price, and that Ryan could probably install it himself. And I don't know, I think I do like the color a little bit better, but anyway, this one has a harder mill wear or mill layer, whatever they call it, which is how destructible the flooring is. So we physically tried it because this is just a sample from the flooring store. It was really, really hard to scratch this one, and it's a 20 mil. This is a 12 mil, and it scratches much easier. In fact, whoever had this sample before us, I mean, there's a bunch of scratches up here, and you can just feel, it just feels more rubbery versus when I hit my nails against the other one, I can just tell it's harder. So I don't know if you can see on the pictures, but there is scratches here. And floor is going to get scratched. It's just the way it is. But I guess apparently the higher the number, the better, hardness, or the less likely it is to scratch. So this is click. Now you basically just need this and whatever transitions from this to another room if you're changing your flooring in another room, which this will pretty much be our whole entire house, except I think we're going to do something different in the bathrooms. But this is going to go throughout the whole house, so we really, really, really stewed over this decision. And this has like bandsaw marks in it, like it looks like a bandsaw to look like real wood, I guess. Has scratches in it. I like the nods, I like the variation in the color. It's not like black, white, or black and white, but it's enough color variation, it keeps the flooring interesting. And this glue down kind, I do like this color, but you have to buy this thing called Lawan, which is some kind of prep thing that goes down on the floor before they glue this down. You have to buy the glue and you have to buy the flooring. Now, our flooring store told us they would give us the same price per square foot on both of these, but the glue down the quote they gave us ended up being like $5 or $6 grand more because of having to buy glue, Lawan, and the labor is more when doing this. So the labor to install this in our entire house, minus the bathrooms, was like $9,000 alone. That doesn't include any supplies. No, $10,000. The labor on the click was only $9,000. So we would be saving in labor plus supplies if we do the click. And I honestly like this color better. What do you guys think? Put a comment below what your experience is, glue versus click. And we also were trying to keep in mind too, doing radiant heat. We did check with the manufacturer, or they checked with their manufacturer and said radiant heat was okay on either one of these. let's talk about cabinet colors now. We are going to do a multi-tone or 2 different kinds of cabinets in our kitchen. I think that's kind of trending right now, and even before I realized it was a trend, I actually really love that. So I've seen it before where uppers and lower cabinets are 2 different colors. For us, we are going to keep what goes around the perimeter of our kitchen all white. It's going to be white shaker, and the big island we have is what's going to look almost like a piece of furniture. That is going to be stained. And here we have our cabinet guy gave us a sample, and then our hood, our range hood, is going to get covered in like a wood cabinet type cover. That's going to be stained. And we have a coffee bar, and I'm pretty sure we're going to stain those cabinets as well, so they all kind of look like almost like a furniture piece. So this is maple, and again, this is going to be like a rustic maple. This knot's pretty extreme. I got to talk to the cabinet guy a little bit. I don't know if I want all the knots looking quite this extreme, but I saw this sample online of a cabinet that the maple, it was almost like they put a clear coat and then brushed some brown glaze over it. See how in this graining here, I'll try to turn this to see if the camera picks it up. You can see this one was like some kind of, I think, a very light brown stain perhaps. Our cabinet guy wrote it on the back. Natural brown and then dark chocolate glaze. So I'm assuming the natural brown was the stain and then the dark chocolate is the glaze. See how it really darkens like the imperfections? I like how you can see a little bit of light, a little bit of dark. It looks really pretty against our flooring choice. And then on the stained cabinets only, we're gonna do this black hardware. I really like this particular one. I think that looks really nice on there. And I don't know if you can see on this, but in certain lighting you can tell, for the most part, this cabinet sample is darker than this floor. I wanted the cabinets to be just a hair darker than the floor, and I wanted to keep the floors as light as possible while still having some brown variation. And then for those cabinets that are stained, we wanted to do something just a little bit fancier than shaker. This is unstained maple, uncoated anything. It was just our cabinet guide to give us an idea. I said, why don't we do, this is called a raised panel. So see the center part here, it's raised. It's a little bit fancier, and then they have this nice beveled edge where it goes from flat and then it rounds a little bit. And here's a knot here. I'm not sure about this. That might be a little bit too rustic for me, but I do like all these little knots. And then on all the white cabinets that go around the perimeter of the kitchen, this is like your basic shaker cabinet with just a small upgrade. I always thought I wanted this to drop straight down, be completely straight and square, and he added this nice little beveled edge to sort of match this raised panel, and I think it looks really nice. It's like plain shaker cabinet with just a little bit of a upgrade. But yeah, really like that.
But the painted cabinets won't be that rustic maple.
Yes, they're called paint grade cabinets. So like anything like this, because when they're painted, you want it to look completely smooth. But then the stained cabinets, he's gonna grade it out. He will grade for the painted ones and he will grade for the stained ones. And then this is called a recessed panel. So recessed panel and raised panel. And then our countertop is this quartz. We're pretty stuck on this color. We're gonna do not only different cabinets, but different hardware on each kind. So all the stained cabinets get a black hardware. The painted white cabinets get the champagne gold. And I am like in love with this color. I would describe it, because I'm not a big fan of the yellow gold, I would describe it if you took silver and yellow gold and melted them both down to liquid and mixed the 2 liquid metals together evenly. I feel like that is the best way to describe champagne gold. So when you hold it against our countertop, there's like specks. The veining is like dots. So it's not a really dramatic veining, but it really almost looks like gold. And we could not find any other countertop that was anything close to this. I just love it so much. When you flip it over, these samples are really nice. This is supposed to mimic an entire slab. So you can see, you can make out where the veining's supposed to be, but it's not such a bold gray veining that stands out like some of the other ones that are really in style. So I feel like this is really unique. And then lastly, Our wall color is going to be from Sherwin-Williams Panda White, and then the trim will be probably like a bright white that matches the cabinets. And these things are super handy. Our cabinet guy let me borrow this. This is a paint, I didn't even know these existed. She called it, I think, his wife called it a paint deck. These colors aren't in right now, but they have all your neutral colors. Super nice. I don't know if she had to pay anything to get this, but our cabinet people are longtime family friends, and they said just take this home for a little bit. So I feel like all these colors, let's get all this wild stuff out of the way. I feel like all these colors, this is our flooring here, really go good together. Let me know what you think. And if you have any experiences between click and glue and how hard your particular laminate is. Hey guys, we're up here at the new construction home. Actually, that makes me feel really funny standing there. Because I can look down and see the basement the whole way down below there. Okay, I'm climbing this ladder.
That hopefully that porch roof will get put on this week.
Subscribe, it's free.